Welcome back in other video. Emotions are like handcuffs keeping you restrained or like anchors weighing you down, but imagine if you could unlock them. What if you turn these emotions into tools instead of restraints? Today we're exploring how to remain unaffected by feelings. As usual, stay till the end as you are not weak. To close the video, rule number 1: don't let love for someone overwhelm you. Love is a wonderful feeling. It ties us together and gives purpose to our existence, yet when it's too intense or one-sided, it can harm us. It might blur our thinking, expose our vulnerabilities, and even bring depression when not returned or taken away. Stoic philosophers who valued emotional balance often discussed the pitfalls of deep attachment. Marcus Aurelius, a ruler and Stoic thinker, noted, "You control your thoughts, not what happens around you. Grasp this and you discover inner strength." He meant the power to love without becoming too engrossed. It's cherishing a bond but not letting it consume your whole life. This lesson is even clearer in our private lives. Reflect on a moment when perhaps you cared for someone so deeply that their choices dictated your joy. The sentiment of feeling betrayed, the pain of lost love, or the setback from unfulfilled wishes can be tough to handle. Yet imagine if you could love as deeply but without the exposed risks. The secret is in realizing that love, similar to every emotion, comes and goes while it lasts. Treasure it, yet don't let it be the anchor that limits you. Instead, think of it as the gust pushing your journey, advising but not dictating your route. Your path should be solely in your hands. By perfecting the skill of love without attachment, you defend your heart and fortify your soul. You can create meaningful bonds without the worry of getting lost in them. It's the initial move towards true emotional balance, where you're in charge of your feelings, not the other way around. Second rule: stop caring for everyone. Stop caring for everyone and reduce your empathy. Understanding and feeling what another person does is widely praised as a top human virtue. It enables us to bond, to console, and to relate, but too much empathy can wear us out, both in mind and spirit. It might drag us into another's dilemmas, sometimes at our own expense. The notable philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's your reaction to events, not the events themselves, that truly counts." This perspective is especially significant regarding empathy. While empathizing is a natural response, it's vital to choose when to step in and when to step back. Think of a sponge that never stops absorbing water it encounters without occasionally wringing it out. It's bound to become too wet and useless. Similarly, when our emotional involvement is excessive in everything and everyone, we tend to become emotionally overloaded. This blurs our vision, drains our energy, and our personal ambitions take a back seat. This isn't about overlooking others' emotions or situations. It revolves around intentional empathy. It's determining when to emotionally engage and when to step back a bit. This way you safeguard yourself from needless emotional distress and guarantee that when you opt to empathize, it's sincere, concentrated, and meaningful. On the path to emotional detachment, choosing when and where to empathize becomes invaluable. It helps you traverse life with lucidity, making certain your emotional vigor isn't expended on every transient sentiment or event. Rule number 3: distance yourself from people who bring distance yourself from people negativity. The individuals we choose to have in our lives significantly influence our feelings, mindset, and overall health. Much like one bad apple can ruin the whole bunch, a negative person can overshadow our existence, draining our energy and confusing our judgment. Stoics held strong convictions about of self-care and valuing oneself. They realized that while we can't alter others' behaviors, we can pick our circle. Diogenes, famed for his Stoic perspectives, remarked, "We possess two ears and one mouth to ensure we listen. Twice as much as we speak. This underlines the importance of being wary of our associations and heeding our inner voice. Think about your life. Are there people who consistently spread pessimism, doubt, or belittle your goals? It's crucial to identify and pull away from such detrimental influences. It's not about holding grudges, but understanding that for your emotional health, some connections should be loosened or cut off. Letting go of toxic people isn't about being unkind. It's about self-respect. It indicates that you place your inner peace and emotional balance at the forefront. Through this action, you fortify your surroundings, ensuring there's no room for negativity or skepticism as you strive to become emotionless. Taking this step is vital. It's about refining your emotional surroundings, making sure it's filled with positive vibes, sincere support, and authentic concern. Keep in mind the path to controlling your emotions begins by making sure external factors resonate with your internal aspirations. Rule number 4: keep your feelings and viewpoints to yourself. In a society that prompts us to share freely and be transparent with our emotions, there's an understated power in maintaining discretion. While it's vital to communicate openly in numerous situations, the true might lies in determining when to unveil our most intimate feelings and perspectives. The Stoics frequently highlighted the value of inner peace and the risks of seeking approval from others. Marcus Aurelius said, "Your life's joy is determined by the nature of your thoughts." When we continuously look for feedback or responses from the outside, we let others control our emotional state. Reflect on moments when you've disclosed a personal success or a core value to gain affirmation or to hear what others think. What comes in return? Often you encounter negativity, ridicule, or jest. Such moments can dampen spirits and waver our self-belief. What if the control lay within you, untouched by external feedback? Deciding not to voice every sentiment or belief isn't about holding back, it's about taking charge. It means realizing not every inner voice seeks an external ear, and our internal experiences don't always await validation from others. By exercising this discipline, you build inner confidence. Your feelings, values, and perspectives stand firm as they're no longer influenced by what others might think. In the journey to becoming emotionless, this principle acts as a safeguard. It guarantees your emotional foundation stays resilient, unaltered by the changing views and feedback from the external environment. Rule number 5: make yourself a priority. Establish limits and don't be always available. Setting limits, whether they're tangible or emotional, is crucial for preserving our identity and protecting our mental health. In a world where continuous connection is the norm, and there's an unspoken demand to always be reachable, establishing these limits might appear challenging. Nevertheless, this step is essential for becoming emotionless and achieving fortitude. The Stoics understood the significance of time and self-reflection. As Seneca wisely put it, all the time you possess is truly yours, but how frequently do we squander it by always being at everyone's beck and call, replying to every notification right away, or meeting every request without delay? When we don't set limits, we essentially tell the world that our time, energy, and emotions are free for the taking. Lacking worth, being always on hand can push us towards fatigue, unhappiness, a sense of being burdened, and even despair. Imagine keeping your home's doors and windows completely open, permitting anyone or anything to enter and disturb your tranquility. Establishing boundaries is a sign of valuing oneself. It signifies that you cherish your time, your emotional resources, and your inner calm. It's about confidently declining without feeling remorse, dedicating moments for personal reflection without explanation, and realizing that being selected in your availability doesn't diminish your concern for others, it just shows you also prioritize yourself on the road to becoming emotionless. Setting clear limits is crucial. It acts as a protection, ensuring your emotional cache isn't constantly diminished. This stance permits you to uphold a harmony and vigor independent of external solicitations. Rule number 6: establish limits and don't yourself a priority, and adopt transparency. As we approach the end of our exploration into emotional resilience, Rule 6 underscores the significance of prioritizing oneself and adopting a direct approach to really stay calm and succeed. You need to look after yourself. It's not about ignoring others, but understanding that you can't help anyone if you don't care for yourself first. Think about when you're on a plane and they tell you to secure your oxygen mask first before helping others. In the same way in life, you have to be emotionally strong and successful before you can truly help someone else. Being direct is essential for emotional resilience. It's about clearly voicing your thoughts, desires, and limits. It's not about being harsh, but rather speaking up with clarity. Sidestepping vague hints or trying too hard to make everyone happy. Being direct helps avoid confusion, lowers tension, and builds true relationships with those who value truthfulness. Living by this principle involves choosing actions aligned with your aspirations and principles. It's about setting boundaries and staying true to who you are without regrets. Ignite the passion inside and let no obstacles stop you. Life is a challenge, but you're destined to win. Before you leave, make sure to subscribe for more interesting videos. Now channel your inner strength and take charge of the day.